Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is August 18th of 2024. It's Sunday. It's 4:30 p.m. and the temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius. We're going to do a chop and repot of our Brugmansia Suaveolens, something like that, or its common name is Angel's Trumpet. Now, I got this cutting off of Hilda last year, so this cutting is a year old, and we're going to use Ted's mix so I don't forget. And here's our cutting, and you can see how nice it looks in here, and this is just a cheap little pot that it rooted in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it right about here, and then I'll cut it to about here so we can repot it in this pot and see if it'll take as a cutting. But this is the full name. So let's see how she looks. Now, why are you saying it's a she? Because they flower. I know there's male plants that flower too, but this one has both, male and female. So right now we're going to take this out if we can. Well, the containers don't matter. It's been in here a good year, and no roots have come out. There we go. And let me get some of this stuff out of the way. It's just one of them food containers, you know, like where they sell lettuce and stuff like that there. Okay, so Tom, let's get this out of the way. And of course, you did everything. Oh, there we go. I got my bowl. I thought I lost it. So let's take Matt's root hook from Bobcat Bonsai, cool root hook mat. And we're just going to go through this real easy to see what kind of roots it has. So the leaves fell off. It gets dry on me. Sometimes I forget the water, but it always bounces back. She always bounces back. She's a good fighter, and through the winter she worked out great. So we're just going to take it out like that. And we got some nice little roots here. Let me get my bowl. I got some rocks here so I can put it in. Yeah, I'll probably sift the rocks out of here. Okay, so where should we put our little sweetheart? Well, I just cleaned up so it's a mess again, so what are you going to do? Here's our root structure. You can see what a nice flat root base those little containers make. And she rooted real nice. You can get some good root flare on it there. Okay, man, I almost lost your root right there. So we're just going to tease out all these soil. Now remember, it's soil. Dirt, the stuff that's dead, it's laying on the floor, and that's what you sweep up. Soil is living. Because it's got all kinds of microbes in it and everything. So there, we got a nice root system on it. So you can see how nice and flat it sits. I got my ironwood tool belt. I got all my tools in there. And for the pockets that lay them flat, well, I use this where I can stick my tools in there like that and they won't puncture through. It won't ruin my pouch because I don't lay them flat because I'm doing videos with it. So, there it is. I know I found my scissors someplace. because they got a pouch here with a lining, but for me I like to leave them up and not down. So, but what I'm going to do is take off a couple of these long twisty roots, just like that. Just give it a little bit of pruning. See what's there. I can see this fat root developing here. So I think I can cut it just like that, so it doesn't get too fat on us and makes a nice radial root base that way. And then, okay, Tom, what'd you do with it? I see it, but I don't believe it. I got it all the way over here in my little spray bottle. I'm going to give the roots a nice spray. This way here I can put my micus on there. I don't really have to do much with the root system because it made its own flat little root base. Now, before we do anything, any planting, I am going to find my little container here. I'm going to take, this is just a reptile feeder, and I drilled some holes in there and I got some screen in there. And what I'm going to do is I got a 50-50 mix of perlite and vermiculite. Okay, Tom, what'd you do with your little cup? Here it is. And we're going to put it in. And really push it in there. And before I do anything else, I'm going to give it a good spray. And then I'll get Pinkie Pie because she wants to come in and help us work. So we got Pinkie Pie going there. Oop, I gotta get our tools out of the way. Now that's really in there good. So now because I don't know where this has been sitting, it's been cutting a lot of stuff that had some powdery mildew. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit of peroxide. Wipe it off. I know I run out of paper towels, everything. So what I'm going to do, because we got this right here growing, you can see a bud over there. Now this won't cut it because that's too thick and I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to take our ironwood tool because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And I cut right off real easy. And then I'll take our other ironwood tool and we're going to go right below the brain here. These are the brains or the nodes. And we're going to cut it flat. Just like that. I don't think that'll root. And then, there it is. We got our rooting hormone. And then all I'm going to do is see how deep I can stick it in. Just like that. And then I'm going to get some more of my 50-50 mix of perlite and vermiculite. Spoon, here it is. Right in my belt. And we're just going to put it here. Because I got it just about in the middle. I know there's some fines in here, but they'll wash off. All I want this is to hold my little cutting in there. And we'll get Pinkie Pie. Let her give it a nice little watering. And we'll just press it in. And then we'll see if it roots. I'll put it by the sunny window there so I can keep the eyeball on it. And Tom, you're discombobulated here. Okay, Tom, what you do with that mix? Ah, there it is, right in front of my eyes. This is 1 part peat, 1 part worm castings, and I got only 1 part of peat moss in there. I mean, 1 part of sand. And we're just going to put it on the top. Just like that. You can start your own minis this way, so they can root right into the structure, but it should root. Now this one hasn't been outside. It's been in the basement next to its mommy, Hilda. Hilda's going to be a big tackle because she's old. And I'm going to have to take her out of that pot and prune her and do all kinds of stuff to help her to get growing again. So before I do anything else, I'll cover up my hormone. Give it a good spray. That's why there's turntables. And we'll see if it'll root. And then, let me get my little birdies out of the way. And we'll put this one right over here. Just like that, right in the corner there. And it'll get enough northern light there so it doesn't get the direct sunlight. So now, I know it's a mess. I cleaned the floor at least, swept. So, I got this pot. It's a little bowed, but it should work. And the roots should fit in here just nice. So we'll have to put it off to the side a little bit. But before I do that, I know, that's why I got the sign, bless this mess. What you gonna do? Yeah, I spilled it. Paper towels. Get this in here. I'll put this on the bench. Stands nice and straight. Get my shears out of the way. Matt's root rake out of the way. So, let's get moving here. That's why I put it in these little buckets so I can get the soil out better. You can see how nice Ted's mix is. Well, it's a mixture of, I don't know if it's cocoa core, perlite, and lava rock. And he grows his plants great in this stuff. So if you're out in Tinley Park, go to Ted's greenhouse. Got a lot of beautiful plants there, a lot of beautiful plants. So now, we got this down. I'm going to give it a good spray. And I want it wet so these roots get a good root contact with it. And I think because this is slanted this way and I can't get the roots back far enough, so we can put it in this way, hopefully to straighten it out a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll put some soil underneath the root base here. Just like that, just to straighten it out. Then once it gets, after about a week, I'll put it outside in my little healing zone where it gets dappled sunlight, and we'll go from there. So now, before I do any more soil in there, I got a little bit of mucus left. I'll put that all over the roots, so it'll help it get a good start. Now I could put it in the middle, like that. I think like that would be better yet. Yep, I think we got it there. And the roots are all fanned out pretty good. I just got to cut this one root that's hitting the side. There we go. Let's put some soil in. Some of Ted's mix. Get some more over here. Just get it in real nice. Then I got my bamboo chopstick and we're going to fire it in, fire it in, fire it in. Fire it into the roots. Make sure we get all those air pockets out. Fire it in. Fire it in. Make sure you fire it in. There we go. Get some more soil there. Yeah, I got soil. I got another bucket of this, plus I got a half a bucket more I brought in from the garage because I didn't want to run out. And eventually this pot will flatten out. I don't know what I had sitting in there. There we go. Give it a little spray to get some of that surface tension out. Okay, Mr. Elephant, it's your turn. See how nice it waters in? It drains out real fast, too. Just like that. I say, Tom, that's like a hook root over there, but right now, I just want to press it in a little bit. There we go. Just to flatten it down. Don't worry about pushing it down, you can do it. And then I have my mini mix with peat, worm castings, and the torpedo sand. Only I mixed it to a 1-to-1 ratio. And we're just going to cover the top. Then we'll find something for it later. And just by pushing that root, it'll help it to flex down more, especially when we get the water on it. And we'll get a nice top covering on the surface with this mix. Now, if you don't have bonsai soil, just go and get some potting soil. I mean, if they got it at the Dollar Tree, but it's just, there's no drainage, it's just solid topsoil like. So what you do is get some perlite and you mix it in 50-50 and you got a nice little draining mix. So remember that root's right there. And you can see how nice when you use a little top dressing on the top. And I'm not going to use no moss on this. I'll try some of them sedums. And we'll go from there. I'll get that surface tension out. Let me cover this up. Let's get Mr. Elephant giving a little more watering. There we go. Now, since this has been grown in the basement all summer by the west window, I'll put it back there today when it starts to get dusk. There. And then we'll go from there. Now remember, just push it down. Don't be afraid. Push it in. That. What are you going to do? That's why God made pants. You don't have a paper towel, use your pants. Except if the kids are watching, because Mom will kill me for telling the kids to wipe their hands in the pants. But for us adults, hey, what are you going to do? There. Just a little something like that. Okay, give it another watering. And then I got some torpedo sand. Now for a front, I think this can be our front. So if that's our front, I'm going to put a bed of sand here. Just like that. Maybe I'll stick some sedums in there. I have to see what I can do. And then we'll take our men. They're discussing business. So they can be sitting here under the newly planted tree. And then I can take my rocks and stick these in the back. That way there, when I stick it outside, nothing can get at it. Just like that. This is just aquarium gravel. So don't be afraid to use it. This was on the top of this little one. I'll have to give her a name later. There we go. Just like that. Something simple. Something different. Get an angel trumpet. And what did I do with the sign? I got it here someplace. I'll have to find it. So we can put it in the back here. And since I don't have a paper towel, use your fingers. Go along the edge. Go along the edge. Just like that. Something different, something simple. Wash the rocks. Let's see how nice they look. Get the sand real good. The guys shooting the breeze. Or shooting the bull, as they used to say back in the day. And there you go. So today is Sunday. And you know what today is? Family night. And what do we do on family night? We shut the phone off after 6 o'clock. If it's an emergency, one ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, call again, and you sit down with your family. Enjoy time together. Either watch a nice movie, put on some good old music from Lawrence Welk back in the day, when music was music, with the kids listen to a little bit of Lawrence Welk. They'll probably think you're corny, but hey, that was the music back then, and that was good music. That's when music was music. And just sit back with the family and relax. So you take care, everybody. I hope I didn't bore you, but try an angel's trumpet. And for the top, because it's going outside, lipstick. And when Dave was here, I gave him 2 tubes of lipstick to try out on his trees. There you go, just like that. Okay, everybody, have a good Sunday. I don't want to bore you. It's almost 6 o'clock. Oh, it's almost going on to 5 o'clock, so have a good day, everybody, and Stay safe.